Shabbat Shalom and Mazal Tov. Today, we celebrated Shoshana Miriam's name in community. We blessed her to be as graceful and pleasant as a rose or a lily, as forward-thinking and as much of a beloved leader as Miriam the prophetess, and as cherished and remembered as her namesake, Miriam, as well. In the Jewish tradition, we recognize the power of naming to keep a memory alive, to inspire character and qualities, to frame a life just beginning. So too, in Parashat Vayetzei, our matriarchs Rachel and Leah name their children according to their hopes and their intentions, both for themselves as parents and for their children. Leah names Reuven as an affirmation that God has seen her affliction, playing on the root word Resh Aleph Hey in Reuven, and also as a hope that Yaakov will love her, playing on the sound ven that appears in both Reuven and he will love me Ye'ehavani. Shimon is named in gratitude for God hearing Leah's affliction. Levi is named in desire for Yaakov, and Yehudah is named in praise and thanks. Rachel and Leah will both continue to name each of their children with unique intention. Today, we continue their example in the ways in which we highlight names and naming in our Jewish tradition. In addition to naming a newborn baby, we name adults and children who have newly converted to Judaism. For hundreds of years, the custom has also existed for those who have survived a serious illness or injury to change their name to one including words for life, like Chaya or Chaim, or healing, Raphael or Rafaela. As we've celebrated in this space in the past, others who have gone through a significant life transition may choose a new name to be called in Jewish tradition, in Jewish community, and there are traditional blessings for those namings too. Hebrew names can come from several different sources. Ashkenazim, for example, have historically named their children and themselves in honor of someone who has been loved and lost, while Sephardim have given names in honor of someone who is still alive. Hebrew names can be given with a particular value in mind. Simcha or Rina, for example, in hopes of a happy life, or they can be given with the intention of living up to a particular biblical or Jewish figure like Moshe or Rivka. Often a Hebrew name is chosen because it sounds like a beloved and comfortable secular name. We give time and thought to the names we choose as we and our children carry them with us throughout our Jewish lives, on the bima, in blessings for our health and well-being, on our ketubah, our marriage certificate, in our children's names, and beyond. Today and every day, we have the opportunity to reflect on the names that we have chosen or that have been given to us. Are we living up to the meaning of our name and our namesakes? For those who were named after a relative, or maybe even by a relative, now is the time to ask those who remember them to tell us some stories, some lessons, some character traits for us to strive towards. For those named after a quality, like the thankfulness of Yehudah or the peace of Shalom, now is the time to reflect on how we can incorporate a little bit more of that into the ways in which we live each day. If you have a naming coming up, whether it's a child or a grandchild, or if you do not have a Hebrew name yet yourself, I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration about where to begin. If you haven't found inspiration yet, there are a lot of people being named in this parsha, so read it over. Those are a few ideas. You may, when you are reading Torah or Haftarah in the future, or even just paying attention, listening to our Misha Berach list, or the people being called up for Aliyot, you may want to just listen a little bit closer to see, is there a name there that sounds just right? In a teshuvah written by Rabbis Guy Austrian, Robert Scheinberg, and Deborah Silver, entitled Calling Non-Binary People to Torah Honors, the authors reflect on the weight of hearing a name that was chosen intentionally, during the emotional peak of our Shabbat service. They write, "To be called to the Torah by one's name is a sacred encounter, not only with the flow of our history, but with each other. Our names are announced in public for the room to hear and for the community as a whole to witness and answering to that call. We bring all of ourselves, all the facets of our identity, past and present, to this moment. When we are called by our names, especially names that we lovingly chose or that were lovingly chosen for us, we face the challenge of living up to that identity set out for us. By calling us by our names in public, in front of the Torah, the community affirms their belief that we can live up to that name. So today, as we have charged and challenged Shoshana Miriam with her Hebrew name, may we each embrace our own names as a charge and as a challenge for how we live our lives and shape our character each day going forward. Shabbat Shalom.